Man, those Machine Gun Kelly fans are still so butthurt. Oh, I didn't see you guys there. Welcome, everyone, to another review on my channel. This is another late one, just because this is another album that I really had to just take my time and listen to a couple more times before I reviewed it. It's going to be out 2 months next week. This is the sophomore studio album by the UK chamber and baroque pop collective Black Country New Road. This is following up their 2021 debut record For the First Time, an album that was very different from this one. It kind of had more of a post-rock, kind of jazz rock ambient sound. This one is switched up as the band was going to go on tour, but of course, with the restrictions in their home country of the UK, they really couldn't do much touring. So Isaac, the leader of this band, Isaac Wood, he decided to just keep experimenting with their sound, keep them in the studio, see what they came up with. And this isn't a record that feels like an afterthought of sessions. This is a very refined and diverse piece of art. This is something that is so special, and it's something that I don't think we'll see again, as unfortunately Isaac Wood has left the band, stating some mental health concerns, and I really hope he gets some help. So I'm praying for you, Isaac. But they're going to continue on with their bass player, Tyler, as the lead singer. They just have to, I think, reschedule some things. I don't know if they're going to go on tour or if they're just going to release another album. This record is titled Ants From Up Here, and it was released on February 4th of 2022. This is an album that I can definitely see a lot of people just kind of being perplexed by, because the sound of this record, if you go in here, even not just expecting it to sound like their debut, because you shouldn't, because it's completely different. But just what should you expect when you listen to this album? Well, you should expect some very tight orchestration. The instrumentation of the horns, the strings, the piano, the harpsichord that comes in on some of these tracks is all very fine. It's all very well produced. It's something that is very clean, but also has that little echo and chipper of a piano, the keys. It's something that's I don't think many bands are able to achieve, especially during the quarantine. Everyone recording in different studios, all visually or virtually, I should say. Sorry, but something that Black Country New Road definitely does achieve here, and this is just a fascinating record. I'm still fascinated with how incredible this record is. I mean, this, like I said, this is an album experience I don't think we're gonna get every day. The lead single from this album, Chaos Space Marine, was released in November, and it was something that reminded me almost of like a Gilbert and Sullivan like sea shanty at the beginning. It has these bumping strings and very fine saxophones, and then as Isaac is singing about this story about a soldier coming home, in the future, as this is a concept record, it just gets more and more intense until the breakdown, it slows down and does this free-form jazz kind of thing. It's really hard to explain, but it is incredible. Then we go from that into Concorde, which is one of the best slow burns on this album. It's telling essentially almost a breakup story or something like that, or a story of a lover, someone thinking of a lover. And I just love how just beautiful the instrumentation on this album is. That horn solo in the middle just brings a tear to my eye. It makes me shiver. It's just so pretty, and I love that that's on this album. There's some other really good standout cuts, like the place where he inserted the blade. It's just another sprawling piano rock epic. It's very kind of hard-hitting, but it's so beautifully balanced with the darker elements, the lighter elements. I feel like the guitars on this track are very well and rhythmic on this track. I love this one. And then we get to the songs near the closing moment of this album. The song Snow Globes is probably the most rapid of these songs. It just, the drums come in and they fill and they echo the whole song. It's like, it's a rattling around, it's like when you used to put like I don't know, Mentos in a bottle of Coke or something. It's exploding, it's all cool, it's everywhere, but it's just, you want to be there. You want to be there to experience it, and it's incredible, incredible song. And then we get the best song on this album, Basketball Shoes. This song, the closing track on this album, literally caused my jaw to drop. It's another one, kind of like Place Where He Inserted the Blade. It's a slow burner. It keeps going. Then it just keeps building to this epic boiling point. You think that it's almost there, but there's 3 more minutes to the track, and then it keeps building up. The song is 12 minutes, but it does not feel 12 minutes. And even if it was, you'll want to stick along for the 12 minutes because that payoff, that ending, his vocals, and the little piano at the end is just so damn satisfying. I don't know how to explain it. You have to listen to this one, as it is just perfection. It's my favorite song on the album, and probably my favorite song of the year, or one of my favorite songs of the year. And there are some other nicer moments, like Good Will Hunting, which again is very performative. It's very fun. I love the way the instruments kind of just bounce and groove along with what the piano and drums are doing. It's something that's very kind of almost effervescent in a way. It's a very effervescent record. It bubbles with life, and the more it bubbles with life, actually the darker it gets, as we have songs like Mark's Theme, which was dedicated to a family member who passed away from COVID, and they actually have a recording of him speaking, I believe, I'm not sure what language, if it's Welsh or what it is, but it is just haunting. I wasn't a fan of the track because I thought it was kind of a throwaway, but that sax solo is so beautiful. Then with those haunting clips of the family member Mark, it's one of the hardest hitting moments on this record. And then we get to songs like Haldern, which are just, I want to talk about this record all day, guys. That's another one to check out. And all I gotta say is, Black Country New Road, thank you for releasing this album. I mean, this is one that should not be forgotten, seeing as it was released so early in the year, February 4th. But just check it out. Look it up on Apple Music and Spotify, on YouTube. Go to your order it on Amazon. It's an album that is just one of the best I've heard in my life. It's one of the few albums I wanted to replay as soon as I was done listening to it. This is art, not what other pretentious artists and bands are doing. This is actual art, because you can tell that there's talent and there's passion behind it. And that's what I love about this record. Ants From Up There is just a amazing record. It's one that I love, and it's one that will definitely be up there in maybe possibly the top 2 records, because guys, I am giving Ants From Up There by Black Country New Road a perfect 5 out of 5. A 5 out of 5. I love this album. Please check it out. Remember to comment and subscribe down below. Also like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Thanks for watching. Bye.